Welcome back to Bathroom Tunes with Amber.
And Jeremiah. That's how I feel.
We're laboring over this song right now. And we both know that we need to do it, right?
Whatever, yeah. I mean, you know.
Whatever,
It's
yeah.
cool. The devil's a jerk. I'm just so sick of this. It seems like every time we come into Bathroom Tunes recently, it's a struggle. And I'll just say for me, I won't even bring her into the equation. It is a struggle for me to get an arrangement of a song down.
It's true.
We used to not have to practice, and now we have to practice.
But it's worth it.
It's
Ask Jesus if it's worth it.
yeah, well, it's worth it for Jesus. I'm just saying, this is this beginning part. Sorry, was my realness not good for the internet?
I don't care if you're real. I'm real. You know, that's like a rule when we do Bathroom Tunes, is I don't try to make things what they're not. It's not a secret that we struggle with Bathroom Tunes, because the last couple ones we make it very evident that we struggle with them, but we're doing them because Jesus tells us to do them, and that's why we do it. We're not doing it because it's easy.
And we're definitely not doing it for the views.
Definitely not. Or lack thereof.
Like 4.
I don't even know. Did you go look?
No, I looked on the last one.
Yeah, I don't care.
4 people, which, that's whatever.
Well, because Jesus isn't going to be like,
People need to hear...
Did you do this?
What they need to hear.
because I told you to, or did you do this because...
Well, it ultimately comes down to, did he die for all of us, or would he have just died for one of us? Because he definitely would have just died for one of us, if so. So if we only have 4 people watching, then 4 people need to see it. I don't know.
Right.
Who knows anymore?
Who knows what?
I have no idea.
Let's just go ahead and start.
Let's start it, guys.
Oh my.
Prayed beforehand, but this song's just like, I don't know.
It's rough.
Try the best. I'm gonna try the best. It's a great song, and I really hope that
It'll go the way it needs to go. I just wish you would stop talking about it. Let's do it.
I'm getting some. Why? What is different about the way we are sitting this time?
Nothing.
That is so uncomfortable.
It's literally you. You have 2/3 of the bench.
2/3 of the bench?
I'm literally like sitting
Girl,
on top of the toilet paper dispenser.
Let me give you some measurement facts here. I measured this.
Let's not talk about it right now.
We have equal.
Let's not talk about it right
We
now.
have equal seating.
Let's not talk about it right now.
Poop head.
You want to dwell on everything that you're not happy with, or you just want to go ahead and sing the song?
I'm not dwelling on it.
What else do you want to talk about?
I'm trying to get comfortable. Is what I'm getting at here. And every other time I've been comfortable.
You're not easy to work with.
You are not easy to work with.
How am I not easy to work with?
Because you're gorgeous and you're distracting.
Yeah.
And you have a temper.
Good try.
That's not a good try. I'm giving you facts.
I don't have a temper. Really?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to get frustrated when you act like this.
You can get frustrated.
It doesn't mean I have a temper. If I had a temper, I'd pour your coffee down the sink right now.
No, that'd just be psychotic.
Yeah, well, I might be that.
Wasting coffee.
I might be that.
And we have...
Do I have another cup when I get out there? Or did you
You have another cup?
take more than your share again?
No, you have another cup.
Okay, let's sing. You wonder why people don't watch anymore. You wonder why people don't watch anymore.
I'm the problem. Okay.
No, I mean both of us. Like, we just argue with each other the whole time.
Not really. Just kind of started out like, you know.
Can you just start, please? Can we just sing? What are we singing?
I don't know. I feel like I've lost...
We're singing Jesus, Friend of Sinners by Casting
the
Crowns.
whole point.
Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, Jesus help us with this song. Okay. Jesus, friend of sinners, we have strayed so far away. We cut down people in your name, but the sword was never ours to swing. Jesus, friend of sinners, the truth's become so hard to see. The world is on their way to you, but they're tripping over me.
Away Always looking around but never looking up. I'm so double-minded. A plain guide saint with dirty hands and a heart divided. Oh, Jesus, friend of sinners, open our eyes to the world at the end of our pointing fingers. Let our hearts be led by mercy. Help us reach with open hearts and open doors. Oh, Jesus, friend of sinners, break our hearts for what breaks yours. Jesus, friend of sinners, the one who's writing in the sand, make the righteous turn away and the stones fall from their hands. Help us to remember we are all the least of these. Let the memory of your mercy bring your people to their knees. No one knows what we're for, only against when we judge the wounded.
What if we put down our signs, crossed over the lines in love like you did? Oh, Jesus, friend of sinners, open our eyes to the world at the end of our pointing fingers. Let our hearts be led by mercy. Help us reach with open hearts and open doors. Oh, Jesus, friend of sinners, break our hearts for what breaks yours. You love every lost cause. You reach for the outcast.
For the leper and the lame.
They're the reason that you came.
Lord, I was that lost cause.
And I was the outcast.
But you died for sinners just like me. A grateful leper at your feet. 'Cause you are good. You are good. And your love endures forever. Oh, Jesus, friend of sinners, open our eyes to the world at the end of our pointing fingers. Let our hearts be led by mercy. Help us reach with open hearts and open doors. Oh, Jesus, friend of sinners, break our hearts for what breaks yours. And I was the lost cause.
And I was the outcast.
You died for sinners just like me. A grateful leper at your feet. That went shockingly well.
Yeah,
That was the best it's went.
hey, lay down.
Doggies in
Bed.
trouble.
Good
Can we
girl.
just leave that open for the rest of it?
Stay. I heard her romping around like she was chasing her cats.
Oh. Do you feel like that went well?
I feel like it went better than it did when we were practicing, so that was nice.
Take the little victories.
Yeah. P.S. We were not fighting.
Oh, at the beginning of the video?
I'm just saying. I'm automatically, I know.
But there are people like, dang, they fight all
Like, wow, they're fighting. It's not. People, I don't know. I'm just glad that I have you, because no other woman would understand that when I'm being loud, I'm not really mad. I'm just being expressive. Which is crazy, because when I was going through, like, younger years, I was just, like, awkward and quiet all the time. But then when I'm with somebody who, like, is, like, close to me, I just love so much.
Mm-hmm.
It just brings out this shouty side of me.
Mm-hmm.
This is how loudly I love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
I was frustrated with you, but I wasn't fighting with you.
We're allowed to be frustrated with each other and not be fighting.
We're being real. I like it.
Okay.
You did really good on that one part too, where you were having trouble with the
I was scared.
weird key and stuff.
Yeah. It worked out
Good girl, stay.
surprisingly well. That's what I said. Surprisingly well.
I liked how we just switched.
Oh, I know. I wasn't playing for that.
You're
They
so-
don't know that though. Shh.
I was like, what?
We messed up. I mean, part of the arrangement I jacked it up, and then he just took it like a champ. Do you have anything you want to say?
I don't know. We just need to make sure that we have the love of God in our hearts, and we're spreading that and nothing else.
Yeah.
Nothing else is as important right now than to spread the love of God to each other.
Right.
And when people are hurting,
When people are hurting.
I don't know. I don't want to like act like I'm not throwing anybody under the bus at all. This was brought to my attention recently, and the song kind of. Oh wait, what song was this the song?
Yes.
I don't know. People don't need anything else besides just I don't know, just the love of Jesus.
Make a definitive statement.
I'm trying to make it definitive. I'm trying to make my mind jumble
Word things,
everything
whether-
back. I'm like, oh my gosh.
So, this is what I worded together for Facebook, and I shouldn't even say I should say Jesus, because before I really wasn't able to put it into words. But I just was looking to clarify where I am with the Black Lives Matter movement. And, you know, Jesus said that the greatest commandment is to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy soul, thy mind, thy strength, all that jazz, every part of you. And the second greatest of these is to love your neighbor as yourself. And love, which essentially means love everybody.
Do all
Just
things
love.
in love. Do all things.
Okay,
all things in love.
So my point is that clearly they are in pain. Clearly, you know, it's a cause born of pain. And when somebody you love is in pain, you don't say, well, here's facts and figures, and this is what you need to focus on. You open your arms and your heart, and you open your ears and your mind to hear what they're going through, and to hear the pain, and to show them that they are loved and they are accepted. And unless that is the message we focus on, not the negatives, right? Because even in Christianity, there are the fakers, right? Those that call themselves Christians but don't really have the love of Jesus in their hearts, or haven't had a personal conversion with Jesus. And then you have the hypocrites, and you have the extremists, and you have this and you have that. And in this movement as well, you have the extremists, and you have those who have a misguided message. But really what it comes down to, when it is distilled down, should be that, yes, Black Lives Matter, because all lives matter, because Jesus died for all of us on the cross. It is a blanket of love. And we know that our brothers and sisters in the African American community are hurting, right? So we show support and we give them love. It's not about judgment. It's not about us saying what's right or what's wrong. It's loving them, because love is the only way that things change. Love is what heals hearts and makes tomorrow better. And I don't know, I just feel like that's what is frustrating for me about social media, is that, you know, people want to share their facts and their figures, or they want to share, well, this is this injustice on this side, and this is the injustice on this side of things. we live in a fallen world where sin runs rampant and we battle the devil and his principalities of the air. And of course, there is going to be injustice across the board. But if we stop pointing fingers and we start embracing one another in love and acceptance, because it's not our job to dole out judgment, and it's not our job to, and I'm not talking about like obviously law enforcement and government, and that's obviously their job, right? Okay, but I'm talking about us as a people, and as Christians, it is to love one another. That's the second greatest commandment. That's what Jesus said. So if I say that I'm pro Black Lives Matter and that I am an ally of this movement, it is because that is what Jesus would do, because he would show them the love that they so desperately need to experience across the board. And I'm not talking like just, obviously we're focused on Black lives, but I'm talking Black, white, Hispanic, Muslim, Christian, atheist, Catholic, anything, anywhere,
that's not even siding on the all lives matter thing, because the all lives matter thing, unless you are completely innocent and girl, I told you to stay.
Does she just want to come in here? Is that what she wants?
Oh no, I just don't want her to poop pee. And that is,
I feel like I know what he's gonna say.
It's because that movement, I feel like, was founded strictly to make a poke at Black Lives Matter, because they don't understand. Black Lives Matter wasn't saying that these other lives don't matter. It was simply bringing attention to the inequality that is still in America. It's still here. It hasn't gone anywhere.
That's right.
It hasn't. It may have gotten a little bit better, but it's still here. And I'm not black, and I know that. So imagine a black person in America, what they go through. They don't want to talk about it all the time, but they go through it. I'm sorry, I'm just. I'm really getting. This is stupid.
I feel like it's opening your eyes to the fact that you can't dismiss racism. You can't say that it's not a problem, because the fact that it exists,
everything's fine,
is a problem.
I'm white.
It's a problem. Whether you want to believe that it is systemically or that it's just interpersonal, it shouldn't happen ever. And that is why we all need to stand together and love each other for our differences. Because the fact of the matter is, which is my coined, I should get a shirt that says the fact of the matter is. Fact of the matter is, you should just love unconditionally, with abandon. Just love. And I don't understand why people are so focused on the argument.
Did you know that God made us 95% out of 100% identical down to our DNA from every single person on this earth? We are 95% identical.
Our DNA is?
Our DNA is 95% identical.
With 5% that changes to make us individuals.
Yeah. So if you want a statistic, if anybody wants, think about that one.
Yeah.
One of the only thing that's different about us is our skin color. That's just one of the only thing. Like one of the small 5%, that's one thing that's different about us.
Yeah.
And
and so much importance is placed on it, when in reality, it really does frustrate me when people point out the all lives matter. What would Martin Luther King do? Blah blah. Like, your voice is not the one that needs to be heard right now. It's just not.
And really, I mean,
because you're not the one that is hurting, right? And again, I'm not dismissing the violence, and I'm not dismissing the deaths that have come as a result, but you have to understand that Martin Luther King also said rioting is a direct result of voices unheard. So they as a community feel unheard. That means we need to be listening, not criticizing, not pointing fingers and saying who's to blame or not to blame, or who's doing what's right and who's doing what's wrong. Just shut up and listen. Just listen. I mean, I feel like that's all I can really ask for. Just listen. Just stop talking for a minute. Stop sharing what you think, and because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're hearing that someone you should love, right? Because we should love everybody. You're hearing that somebody you love is in pain. Listen to what they're saying. That is how change happens. That is how healing happens. You can't tell me that there is no racism and that there isn't that there's equality in America. I don't. You posting a video of one person who says something specific, it doesn't matter, because really what it all gets back to is Jesus. At least for me, because we're Christians, right? Jesus said, just love. In Isaiah, he said that the Messiah would not judge based on what he could see or what he heard, but with righteousness. So stop relying so much on what you see and what you hear, and remember what Jesus has said. And that will help you find the right direction. I've been dying to say a lot of this for a long time.
I'm glad that you talked, because I'm not feeling, I thought
Feeling a little hostile.
I thought I could talk about things, but I guess not. I guess I just not ready to talk calmly about things.
And that's okay too. Because you know what that is? It is a righteous anger. Because you know that it is wrong. You know that it's wrong to not stand together and fight for one another. And demand equality and justice for one another. Because, as I do remember, people thought Samaritans were like the lower than the low. And Jesus specifically went to a well outside of a Samaritan town just to speak with the woman that he knew had an appointment. She didn't know she had an appointment, but he knew she would be there. Somebody that everybody else considered like, you know, a step below. Jews didn't even speak to Samaritans. But Jesus said, I came here just so that I could see you. Okay. And I could tell you that I know you. She was the first person that he chose to reveal that he was the Messiah, and that she could carry that message back to the town. That's huge.
The lowest of the low, and Jesus says, you're going to be the first one to know.
So what is that? You can't.
What does that say about his opinion of what the lowest of the low is? It's not. He saw her as equal, a person to everybody else. Just
not for her actions, because he told her, I know you've been married 5 times. I know that you're with a man right now that you're not married to. I know everything that you have done. And he came to love her and to uplift her. And she left the well that day a new person, because he did not see her for the color of her skin. He did not see her for the actions that she has committed through her life.
He just saw her
as a soul, as a person. That's all they're asking. I feel like that's all they're asking. Don't have preconceived notions based on what somebody looks like or the way they're dressed or what they're wearing or this or that or the other. Man, we need Jesus more than ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Just saying. Are you good?
I don't know. I guess if I could say anything else, because I can't talk very long, apparently.
Because I cut you off, or because you had a great
No, I don't know. Yeah, feeling very strongly right now. I don't know. Be like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Don't bow. Don't bend. Don't conform. Stay vertical.
Stand with Jesus.
I listened to the first men's retreat I went to, message by Will Harmon, Stay Vertical. It's my favorite message from men's retreat still thus far. But he preached on that, and they didn't bow when they were told to bow to the things the world were doing. They didn't it was bow, budge. So they didn't bow when they were told to do something. When somebody physically came and pushed them, they did not budge. And they did not conform. I don't remember what the last one was. But the whole point is to stay vertical. He brought an analogy. If you're playing in a sport, football, basketball, you're not going to win if you're on the ground, blah, 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 blah. You have to stay vertical. If you are a sprinter, if you're a hurdler, and you jump and you miss that first hurdle and you stumble and you fall, the race is over. You've pretty much lost at that point. You need to stay vertical. You need to you need to stand with Jesus, and you need to not budge. Mm-hmm. And what does Jesus stand for? He stands for equality. He stands for, I see you as my son, my daughter that my Father created.
Yeah. We are all just waiting to be adopted into the family of Christ. All of us.
That's all he sees. And that's
the
all.
Ground, I love this. Pastor John has said this multiple times. The ground is level at Calvary. Because we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. All.
I love that because it's all. You can't. What can you do? Can you pick apart the word all? No, because it's all encompassing. It's all. It's everyone.
Yep.
Who is everyone? I don't know. All people?
All
people
have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
Which means we're all the same. We are all supposed to be equal on his eyes. In his eyes.
Right.
So the world's view, where we're not, it's wrong. It's
just wrong.
I'm done talking about it. I really am.
I doubt anybody will watch this one anyways. It's almost 30 minutes long.
I mean, I know that we're sitting here just like shouting for like 4 people, but I don't know. Okay. It feels good to be able to actually like say it out loud and
yeah, it does.
Not have to sit there and argue with somebody else like in person or at work or anything.
Because it shouldn't be an argument. It shouldn't be an argument. There should be no argument. It's not an argument. If you have the love of Jesus in your heart and you see a brother and sister in Christ or out of Christ, if they're sinners and yet to be saved, those are potential souls that need to be saved. Souls that need to be saved, okay? We are to love one another regardless of if you're saved or not, okay? So if you see a brother and sister struggling, I don't even know how many times I can say it. There's no argument. It's not an argument.
There's repeating, so just...
Oh.
Way to scare the dog.
I'm okay. I love you guys. Do you?
Yeah, bye.
Be nice to the people who actually stay and watch it.
Yeah, love you. Bye.